Have you used intermittent fasting yet for weight loss or health benefits? Well, Robyn and I certainly have, and we have found some little tips and tricks and favorite ways that it works for us for different reasons, and that's what we want to share with you today.
Hi, Robyn and Danna here with Lean, Healthy, Ageless and the authors of the Eat, Live, Thrive diet. If you're a woman 45 plus looking to experience your best health, your best vitality, and your best body, no matter what your age, you have come to the right place.
Well, today we're just going to share a little bit of what we've been personally doing in our intermittent fasting journey that's working for us, and some of the things that are also working for our clients.
And really why. Just to share a
Yeah.
little bit about the journey and why I started intermittent fasting is as I came into I guess it would be my late 40s, early 50s, I have had this hunger issue, just insatiable appetite. I've been to lots of doctors. Nobody can figure out why I'm hungry all the time. Well, I found that through fasting, and especially for me doing my fasting times in the morning and waiting to eat till 11, 12, or 1 o'clock, it sounds counterintuitive, but it actually diminishes my appetite and helps me to eat less. Usually, if I eat in the morning, I just want to eat all
Yeah.
day long.
And I find the same thing. I don't have this same kind of hunger issue that Robyn has, but I like to extend my intermittent fasting now 16, 17, even occasionally 18 hours for the health benefits, especially. I was diagnosed with very early stage breast cancer this last year. And as I research more and more, there's so many great health reasons for fasting, not just that it boosts your metabolism and helps you lose weight, which is great. And of course, when we have the right weight, it's better for all of our health. But we also know that it increases something called autophagy, which really means self-cleaning. Our body self-cleans it at the cellular level, which enhances our health. And interestingly, according to Dr. Mercola, intermittent fasting can actually improve our immunity. And of course, that is a subject we're all very, very concerned with in our current climate.
Well, let's share a few of the tips that we do, our favorite ways to fast. My first thing that I think of is I use a supplement called LOVIDIA. It's a hunger control formula. It actually talks to what we call it, the taste buds of your intestines and sends a signal from your tummy to your brain that you are satisfied. Well, the LOVIDIA, I'll take it in the morning and it just helps me be less hungry, extend my fast longer, and keeps my blood sugar stable as I'm doing my fasting.
I totally agree. In the morning when I first get up, I'm usually not that hungry. I like to start my fast at 7 or 8 o'clock at night if possible, with my goal to maybe go till 12 or 1 o'clock. But sometimes around 10, and I want to go a couple more hours, I'm feeling a little hungry. So I take the Levidia regular formula, and within about a half an hour to an hour, I feel the difference. And then what happens, interestingly, especially if I have a little coffee, which you can have a little coffee, either decaf or caffeinated, and up to 20 to 30 calories. So if you just want a tablespoon of cream, you can add that without breaking your fast. Those two things, Robyn, I ended up fasting not an extra 2 hours, but an extra 4 hours the other
Wow.
day because then I wasn't hungry at all.
Well, and let me share a little bit about how I fast throughout the week because I would say typically I probably go daily 13, 14, or 15 hours. Sometimes that's backed off a little if I have a special breakfast like on a Sunday morning or something, but that's my kind of regular regime. And then many times throughout the month, I would say 4, 5, 6 times throughout the month, I might do an extension like Danna was talking about to 18 to 20 hours. I just go by how my body's feeling typically. I don't necessarily set the intention, I'm going to do this day, but if I'm feeling really good in my fast and I can push it, then I do. And then at 18 hours, you're really getting those autophagy benefits. So it's not something that I want to do every single day to push those fast hours, but I do like to do that probably 6 times a month.
As ageless women, or you might call us mature, Robyn's 54 and I'm 68, we want to recommend for those women that are 50 plus to start slow. We, as Robyn said, have this just habit of 12 to 13 hours minimum just as a healthy practice, but that's easy to do. Stop eating at even 9 o'clock at night and eat at 9 in the morning. Anybody can do that. And that's a great place to start. But we want to listen to our bodies. And I love what you said, Robyn. You really, you may have somewhat of an intention, but you're listening on a day where you're doing really well, you may extend it. But on a day where you're feeling that blood sugar shift or the low energy,
Or sometimes just really, really hungry for
yeah,
whatever
it's
reason that
okay.
day
Yeah.
is not the same. Yeah.
And the thing we know is our bodies adapt over time. So, one of our biggest tips is let your body adapt according to its adaptation schedule. Some of you will adapt more quickly than others. And I have learned for myself now that I always fast 12 to say 13, 14 hours, going to 16 is way easier than it was before I was always fasting that long. So,
Exactly.
listen and slowly add an hour here and there on the days that your body's responding well.
One thing that I do whenever I'm fasting and I start it out in the morning is I will have, for me, I like to drink espresso or cappuccino. So I will do that in the morning. And then if I'm fasting later into the day and I feel like I'm getting hungry, I may have a second one, maybe 3 or 4 hours later. That helps me to push that fasting window a little bit more also. And even decaf, I will use that sometimes. And decaf has been studied to show that it can help actually diminish an appetite. Typically, I'm doing caffeinated during the day, but if I'm fasting into the evening, sometimes I'll do a decaf.
It's really important to consider how you're going to break your fast with that first meal, and you want to make sure that it's a great balance of the macronutrients, protein, carbohydrate, and fat. So, in the protein source, just a lean, healthy source of protein. Secondly, in the carbohydrate source, ideally with fiber. So, that's where you're looking at maybe some berries. You're looking at maybe adding some arugula or something to a scrambled egg mix. There's different ways to add fiber. And then healthy fat. And we have found in our weight loss coaching through our Eat, Live, Thrive Academy, women are afraid of fat, and
They really
healthy
are.
fat satiates you. And it really helps you in that break of a fast that you're not hungry all day long. You want to avoid rebound eating. Sometimes just psychologically, if you haven't eaten for 15 or 16 hours, you break the fast and you're like, oh, I can eat anything I want because I haven't been eating. Not true. We can eat back those calories we saved very, very quickly and then some if we're not careful.
And that's something to really pay attention to, not whether it's psychological or physical. If you're pushing yourself for a fast and you're going to 16, 17 hours, but you're so hungry afterwards that you eat too much food through the rest of your eating window and you're just scarfing it down, then maybe your body's not quite ready for that 17-hour push and you might want to back off a little because you don't want to experience the rebound eating. You want to get satisfied.
Another thing that will help you, in addition to the LOVIDIA, just to make your gut feel a little full and also aid in digestion, is taking your fiber supplement during your fast. Read the label for sure, but if your fiber supplement is less than 15 to 20 calories within a 3 hour window, it's not going to break your fast. And because it tends to have that bulking component to it, drinking that with 8 to 10, 12 ounces of water will really help you extend your fast if you're feeling good otherwise.
One more thing, Dana, that I want to mention is that I exercise in a fasted state. And I have no problem because my body is adapted to do that. So not everybody can do that right away. It's kind of training your body up. But I will say that exercise actually diminishes my appetite and allows me to go longer.
Yeah, I agree. I don't probably do as hard of a workout as you do in a fasted state, but I will take a 1.5 mile walk up some pretty steep hills and really be active. And I think the activity, getting your circulation going and all that, staying busy. Actually, sometimes people wait to fast. They think I have to be in a really calm environment, it has to be a really easy day. Actually, the busier the day, the better sometimes, as long as you have the brain power you need. So we hope that these tips have helped you consider ways that you can enhance your fasting. And if you haven't tried it yet, definitely give it a try.
If you want to learn more about how we fast and our lifestyle oriented diet, check out the eatlivethrive.diet.com.